Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com.
Here's the Daily Planet for Tuesday, July 28, 2020. I'm Jimmy Olsen. Remember Supermarket Sweep? I do. I used to watch it all the time. Well, Netflix, they've made it cool again. So you've been to concerts, and what's that one song that bands perform live the most? Someone actually looked at the set list for 50 major rock bands to find out which song they played live the most. In fact, you can check out the list at loudwire.com. It looks like Alice Cooper, School's Out, his number one overall. He has played it over 2,700 times. Now, AC/DC, it was the Jack. Alice in Chains, Man in the Box, and then Def Leppard, Rock of Ages, Foo Fighters, Everlong, Green Day, Longview, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night, Linkin Park in the End, Marilyn Manson was Sweet Dreams, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, Nickelback, How You Remind Me, Nine Inch Nails, Head Like a Hole, Pearl Jam, Even Flow, Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Give It Away, Smashing Pumpkins, Bullet with the Butterfly Wings, Soundgarden, Rusty Cage, and Van Halen. Actually, it was a tie between Ain't Talking About Love and You Really Got Me. Again, check out that full list of the 50 bands at loudwire.com. So do you play piano? Do you play guitar? Where's the most unusual place you've practiced? Well, newcomer Raina Roberts, she used to practice the piano in a storage unit. Have you been hearing a lot about Netflix's Witcher? I have. I've got a few friends that have watched the season so far. Well, they are going to develop a prequel. It's called The Witcher: Blood Origin. So did you ever think how important it was to play a musical instrument? Well, it is, according to a new scientific study. So if you got a clarinet, dust it off and pull it back out. It reveals that for 89% of adults, playing a musical instrument positively impacts mental health by increasing feelings of relaxation and happiness. Hey, where's my guitar? Here are a few random facts for your nugget this Tuesday. Now, you know, the original reels of Gone with the Wind and The Wizard of Oz and many other classic movies and TV shows, they are actually stored in an underground salt mine in Kansas. I'm sure they're protected from the tornadoes there. Hawaiian pizza with ham and pineapple, that was not invented in Hawaii, even though it's called Hawaiian pizza. It was invented by a guy named Sam in Ontario, Canada in 1962. Of course, it wasn't ham and pineapple, it was Canadian bacon and pineapple. Remember that growing up? Geico came up with the idea for the gecko mascot in 1999 when there was a Screen Actors Guild strike, which kept them from using live actors, so they created the gecko. Veto, that's a Latin word that means I forbid. With this whole pandemic and work from home, have you ever thought of what it would be like to go back to a non-flexible work schedule? Well, they did a study, and more than 3/4 of Americans say they're not sure that they could go back to a work schedule that's not flexible. They have gotten so used to this the past few months. Have you ever been curious what towns have the weirdest names in all 50 states? Well, they've done search for that, and some of those include Booger Hole, West Virginia, Accident, Maryland, Dull, Ohio, Ding Dong, Texas, and Worms, Nebraska. You can find that full list if you head over to Zippa.com. In fact, others on that list were Booger Hollow, Arkansas, number 8, Missouri, 96, South Carolina, Paint Lick, Kentucky, Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts, Dummer, New Hampshire, Handsome Eddie, New York. The founders of these three must have not really been impressed when they went with the Dull, Ohio, which I mentioned earlier, Boring, Oregon, and Bland, Virginia. Now, some other random sounds are Eek, Alaska, What Cheer, Iowa, Zap, North Dakota, and of course, Ding Dong. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have doorbells in Ding Dong, Texas. Now, there are even some that have animal names in two, which include Frog Eye, Alabama, Catfish Paradise, Arizona, Flea Hill, Delaware, Chicken Bristol, Illinois, Elephant Butte, New Mexico, Plenty Bear, South Dakota, Mosquitoville, Vermont, and then as the aforementioned Worms, Nebraska. Again, check out that full list over at Zippa. So today, one of my favorite days, it is National Chocolate Milk Day, so get out there and get your chocolate milk. There was an Elvis impersonator in Norway. He broke the Guinness Book of World Records by singing more than 50 hours straight. Today is also National Burger Day. If you're celebrating a birthday today, you are sharing your birthday with Soulja Boy, who is 30, Alexandra Chando, 34, John David Washington, 36, Afroman is 46 today, Elizabeth Berkley is 48, Lori Loughlin, 56, Sally Struthers is 73, Jim Davis, 75, Peter Collins, 79. So again, if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. It was on this date in 1868, the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guaranteeing due process of law was declared in effect. This date in 1896, the city of Miami, Florida was incorporated. This date in 1943, President Franklin Roosevelt announced the end of coffee rationing. This date in 1965, President Lyndon Johnson announced he was increasing the number of American troops in South Vietnam from 75,000 to 125,000. On this date in 1973, the biggest rock festival in history took place in Watkins Glen, New York. 600,000 people watched the Grateful Dead, the Allman Brothers, and the band. 1978, Animal House, that was released, starring John Belushi. In 1987, the Beatles sued Nike and Capitol Records to halt the use of the song Revolution in the shoe commercials. So on this date, in 1992, the Mary J. Blige released her debut album, What's the 411? In 1992, the Bare Naked Ladies released their debut album, Gordon. And that's your Daily Planet for Tuesday, July 28, 2020. I'm Jimmy Olsen. Be sure to follow the podcast. You can do that on the Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and wherever your favorite podcasts are played. Also, you can find these stories and many more on my social media. Find me on Facebook and Twitter at My Buddy Jimmy. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube page to find this podcast and many more, which is My Buddy Jimmy 101.